was wrong with this. In the first place, the girls were not making fun of him. Instead, they were noticing that he was filling out and getting to be good-looking. In the second place, Sarah did not disapprove of him. If Josh had had the courage to look at her, he would have seen a rather frightened young girl, uncertain at being in a strange place and very anxious to be liked by the young man before her. She had just passed out of the leggy, coltish stage that some girls go through, and knew very well Josh's feelings of inadequacy. "Josh," she said shyly, "I hope you don't mind my coming to live here." Josh wanted to say that he was glad that she'd come, but he covered up his feelings by answering roughly, "Well, where are your folks? Why'd they send you here?" Sarah said, "They're missionaries in Africa." "Missionaries? Your folks are preachers?" Actually, Josh enjoyed going to church with his parents. However, he was afraid of being considered soft, so he affected the tough manner he had seen in others. "Well, don't go trying to preach at me." Sarah stiffened and said sharply, "Don't worry about that. I just wish I was home." "Why'd you come anyway?" "My parents said it was because I needed a good school, but it wasn't really that." Her voice trembled slightly as she continued. "The real reason is that there's a revolution in Africa, and it's dangerous. I didn't want to come." Josh saw to his dismay that she was about to cry, and he almost did the right thing. He almost smiled, and he almost told Sarah it was great to have her. He almost assured her that they would be great friends, and that her parents would be safe. And if he had done this, the following days would have been much more comfortable. But Sarah was too pretty, and Josh was too afraid of girls. He merely shrugged toughly. "I don't guess you have to worry about your folks. Missionaries never get killed in revolutions." Instantly, Sarah drew back and blinked away the tears. Josh could have bitten his tongue, but it was too late. From that moment, Sarah kept as far from him as possible. They ate at the same table and even walked to school together, but there was a wall between them that Josh could not break down. Sarah found new friends at school, and Josh felt even more sorry for himself, forgetting that he had closed the door on her. It was almost a year after Sarah came that the adventure began. Josh was sound asleep one winter evening when he heard his name being called. "Josh! Josh, wake up!" He sat up at once, shielding his eyes against the overhead light. He saw his father standing over him, his face pale and tense. "What's the matter, Dad?" he cried in sudden fear. "Son," Mr. Adams said, "we've got to go to the silo. Get dressed quickly." Josh's father was a scientist who did some sort of secret work for the government. The silo had been part of an old underground missile base that had been made into a laboratory. "What's wrong, Dad?" Josh asked as he started pulling on his clothes. "Is something wrong with Mom?" "No, I'll explain on the way, Josh. I've given Sarah a call, but you go by and make sure she's up. Meet us in the car." He rushed out of the room without another word. Josh scrambled into his clothes, shaking from cold and fear. When he was dressed, he ran down the hall and knocked on Sarah's door. She opened it at once. She was fully dressed too, and Josh saw that her eyes were large with fear. "Hurry up," Josh said. "My mom and dad are waiting for us in the car." "Do you know what's wrong?" Sarah whispered. "No. Come on, let's hurry." "I think I know what it is," she said. "I think something's wrong with my parents." Josh paused for a moment. He knew there had been a lot of trouble in the African nation, where Sarah's parents were doing their missionary work. "Well," he said, "I don't think that's it. Why would we be going to the lab in the middle of the night for that?" Quickly they scurried out of the house, through the freezing cold, and piled into the car, where Josh's parents were waiting. As soon as Josh slammed the door, Mr. Adams sent the car onto the highway so suddenly that the young people were thrown back against the rear of the seat. Josh had never known his father to drive like that before. Something had to be very wrong. "Josh and Sarah," Mr. Adams said quietly, "you might have guessed what's happened." "Is it something about my parents?" Sarah asked quickly. "Well, Sarah, I just don't know about them. But we're all in danger now."